Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast, your weekly dose of the homies kicking back, shooting the shit, talking shit, and laughing at jokes that are being thrown at Jamali's way. Hey, Pepto-Bismol. I'm your boy Matthew, aka Lefty Lucky, and joined here as always with...
Go ahead.
Jamali, as usual. I'm back for the first time.
Can you please speak into the mic? Thank you.
Jason, back as usual.
Gentlemen, glad to see all three of you here for the first time in 2019.
All three of us, not three of you.
You're correct. Well, we do have Tyler in the back as well, so...
Nice save.
Yeah.
That is a nice save. And we do have...
Major.
A special guest who's not on the mic. She's just chilling in the back. Our good friend Tracy, a.k.a. Bonita the Goddess. Chilling in the back, taking some snaps or Instas because we don't do Snap no more. That shit's trash. We off that. So, fellas, how was your week? How was the mental health? How things shaking?
Good, man. Can't complain. Same old as usual. Nothing new.
That's it?
Bad weather. That's about it. That's all I can really
Fuck this weather.
Yeah. That's
It's fucking trash. It's all fucking ice rink out there, man.
Yeah.
Don't even walk. Just glide your feet across. Fucking fall on your face. Jamali, she can wait.
Broski, chill out.
How was your week? How's the mental
blessed
health?
week, man. Fuck the weather, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you on that. My week was, because of the weather, hectic as hell at work. A lot of sick calls all week, so I had to do extra work that I wasn't too appreciative of.
Overtime, man. Money.
No, not OTs. Like during my regular shift.
Oh, extra work to pick up from Slack?
Picking up slack because,
okay, that makes sense.
Like, legit, I think the least amount of sick calls we had was like 4 or 5 on like one of the days. Outside of that, it was like above that, especially on Thursday.
Okay.
We had like at least 10 people calling sick.
The government shutdown hanging over here too?
Apparently. Dude, like I show up to work. I come in. I expected people to be late or like sick calls. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to get the ball rolling, start clearing out things, setting up stuff. An hour later, I'm still the only person. In my center, and like I'm calling my center, I'm like, yo, where's my team?
It's that time of year.
Like, what the fuck?
It's that time of year.
Like, where are these people, man? Like, I'm killing myself over here. They're like, oh, we're not gonna get anyone till like early as 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that time of year everyone
like,
usually takes off because they don't want to deal with the snow. They don't want to deal with that weather.
Oh, dude, it was brutal. Like the puddles outside were just next level. Plus, it was still raining. Like the people who did show up, hats off to them, man. Like, goddamn, myself included, because I can show up to work.
That's good.
But yeah.
Vacation.
Mental health wise, I think I'm still in Zen mode from vacation, man. I've been feeling pretty good. I got the mellow voice still going on. What's that face?
Bro, keep doing your thing. Keep talking.
Okay, Pepto. Anything you want to say to our friends? Or are you going to hold it off for now? Because I'm going to keep calling you Pepto. I'm going to edge it on until you call him out.
Call him out till you stop it, Jamal.
I'm not calling nobody out. I'm a mature individual. And I handle my shit the way I need to handle my shit. But you can keep going.
You gonna have the Twitter fingers? That's what's gonna happen?
No. We good over here.
All right, where do you guys want to start, man? We got a few stories, a lot of sports stuff because...
Boxing.
All right, he said it. That's where his heart took him.
Right, boxing.
Adrien Broner got his ass beat by Manny Pacquiao. But
expected.
For some stupid reason, he thought he won the fight.
Then again, it's Adrien Broner, bro.
Adrien Broner looks like a mini version of Holyfield.
Version of Holyfield?
No. I didn't say skill-wise. I said he looks.
He
looks like Holyfield. Like, he was speaking like Holyfield, like, you know, when you get a cheeseburger. I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck
I did not get that at all. Like,
I was like,
I asked him, do you think you won? He's like, yeah, I think I won. Like, when you get a cheeseburger, you want that cheeseburger. And I was just like,
this dude took
what is this analogy that's coming out right now?
And I feel sorry for the models in the background. Like, you know, the ring models are like, they have to smile and like this.
Oh, they got to keep that fake ass smile out while they're looking at this dude like, you are the dumbest fuck I've ever seen in my life.
No, but if anyone saw that fight, this dude got his ass.
No, he lost. It looked like Manny Pacquiao was having a sparring match.
And he was like he got bullied. He just got bullied there.
No, I think they were saying like checking the stats. On average, he threw 8 punches around. In the 12th round, he only threw 1 punch. The whole time, Manny Pacquiao was doing combinations. Like I said, like it was a sparring match for him against an opponent that was a dummy, essentially, because Broner was trying to do his defensive stuff. But if you're not going to counterattack or you're not going to like set yourself up for some combinations, how do you think you're going to win a fight?
Like Adrien Broner, when he first came out, he was supposed to be the next thing to like from Floyd. He was supposed to be, but he started losing. Like this dude. The
problem with that, because I remember when he first came out, the thing that he was praised for was his work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, and like he was great defensively, great with the counters. Like that's why they likened him to Floyd, because Floyd is a guy that we know great with counterattacking, great defensively. You can't touch him, but he will always catch you. Mm-hmm. So early on, you were seeing shades of that because that was his style. Like he basically mimicked the style of Floyd, and that's what propelled him forward. But he was a hard worker. And once he started winning those matches, getting the big purses, making the millions, he was all about the money and all about the show, started rapping and making music videos. And it was like, dude, you got to fight in like 4 weeks.
I remember.
And I haven't seen anything of you in the gym.
After the fight, he was like, oh, this thing want to make a nigga go back on the street and sling rocks. I'm like, whoa.
Which was like, to me, I just looked at it like,
stupid.
His antics are ridiculous. I don't even know why.
And that's the thing about it too. Like in the pre-fight conferences, when the guy, I can't remember his name, like the journalist who was talking to him and asking him like, how do you prepare for this? Like, how do you go? And he was just like, oh, we don't fuck with you, nigga. I'm just like, okay, what? If you don't like him, you don't like him. But to act that way in like an official press conference in front of hundreds of people, and like you're calling this white man a nigga, it's like
that's how boxing is though. Boxing is very
so classless.
That's
so
not
bad.
boxing. That's an ignorant.
And you can't even say that's boxing. That's him.
No, boxing is very ego driven. It's the same thing.
Of course, it is.
It's the same thing with
but all sports are ego.
But like, there's a time and place for everything, and that was not the time nor the place for that.
But the thing is, with pay-per-view boxing, is they can go. They don't have to. There's no censor to them or anything like that. So
no, but I think you should still have.
You're right. They should. They should
personal barriers.
They should have barriers. They should have like a certain way you should conduct yourself. However, when you're coming out of getting your head boxed in like 800 times.
Well, this is pre-fight.
Yeah?
This was pre-fight. It wasn't like the press conference afterwards. It was before the fight.
No, but the cheeseburger one was after the fight.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when like he was talking to the journalist and was like literally calling him a nigga like 20 times in the conference. And then when like the guy who was trying to talk to his team, the team would talk, he was like, oh, if I don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you.
That's a CTE. That's CTE boy.
And like I look at it just like, I have no problem with like the villain card, like playing the heel. I'm all for it. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it that makes you look good and also promotes like what you're trying to sell here.
It's that CTE, man. I'm telling you, it hits hard.
And like the way he does it, there's a reason why, one, your skill in the ring is showing that you're not going to get another big card fight again.
He has maybe one more. One more
after this. I doubt, because
I think he has one more, and that's it.
Going up against Manny Pacquiao, who is essentially trying to slate himself to get himself in another position to fight Floyd again.
Oh, that's not gonna happen though.
And then you present yourself this way in this fight. Like, I think they were saying in total he had under 100 punches in the whole fight.
It's possible, yeah.
And on top of that, you looked like a guy who should have never been in that ring. Like, there was no preparation. What was the game plan? Like, absolutely, like you just thought you were gonna show up.
Well,
there were a couple punches here and there and run around the ring and win.
But that's the thing. That's why I say it's very ego driven. They think like, oh yeah, it's Manny Pacquiao. He's old and washed up and shit. But no, Manny Pacquiao is doing this for purpose.
Fucking hard.
Manny Pacquiao works hard. He's never gonna beat Floyd or anything like that. I don't think he'll ever do that.
Definitely not.
But Adrien Broner is very cocky and he's lost. Adrien Broner like lost his last. I think the fight
prior to the Pacquiao fight, he won, which is what set him up to get this fight.
I don't know. I think
I'm quite sure he won.
He lost the majority of his fights before
because he was on a bit of a run. Like he had that streak where he was just losing terribly. Then he essentially stopped, switched trainers, got into a new camp, and was like training again. And then I think he had like 2 or 3 wins prior to like getting into this fight.
I don't believe in that switching trainer thing. I'm like, okay, dude, it's your work ethic. If you keep a disciplined work ethic to what you're doing, then you'll be fine.
There are benefits to switching trainers because not everybody, like a trainer can only get you so far in the techniques that they know.
Mm.
And when you find a new trainer, yeah, there's always the basics. There's like the 1-2 combinations that everybody knows, but everybody has a different vision for the way they see boxing, the way they see your skill set, and how they can manage it against certain opponents.
I've always thought boxing was always 50% heart and 50% trainer. And regardless of your trainer, if you don't have the heart, you're never going to win a fight. You're never going to win a fight.
There's so many different ways you can line it.
Yeah, you need discipline.
At the end of the day, you can have the greatest trainer in the world, but yeah, if you don't have the discipline, if you don't show up and like pay attention and do what you have to do, the greatest trainer in the world isn't going to be able to make you the greatest fighter.
Well, I don't know. Like Tyson just showed up and knocked out the people.
But the thing, Tyson is one of those rare cases where you were just a natural, phenomenal, talented person. Like he came in, like he had that work ethic. Like he worked hard, trained hard, but
he was also disciplined.
The fact that he was one of those guys that just naturally was strong, fast, and big, you don't like that's genetic. That's literally just your gene makeup is what made Tyson who he was, outside of the fact that now he's with people that are going to teach him how to really hone in and use that strength properly to knock people out.
I've always said Tyson was the best fighter I like all time. Put him ahead of Ali. I've never seen, like I've seen tapes of Ali and I've seen tapes of Tyson.
If we're going to jump into that
I've never seen anything as fast as Tyson. At that weight level. Like, at that weight level, I've never seen anything
that fast. If you look at Tyson as a fighter, what he did naturally was the fact that for his size and for his power, he had speed, which is something that, like I said, that's genetic. But when it came to like a raw tactical boxing style, that wasn't Tyson at all.
No, Tyson's really power and just like get you out quick.
Like you could take someone like Tyson, then line him up to someone like Lomachenko, who is 100% a tactical fighter. He's not powerful. Like he's not a heavyweight. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's a featherweight or just under welterweight. But tactically, footwork, the way he breaks people down, he's not going to go in there and get like the knockout in the first or second round. He's going to break down his opponents. He's going to work the body. He's going to use aggression against them. And his footwork is just one of the best. Like people look at his footwork to learn how to get their footwork
lightweights
better.
and featherweights have that. That's their style because of their size. Like Mayweather, Adrien Broner, and Pacquiao. That's how they have to fight. But when I speak like Tyson, I don't think Tyson really went to knock out people. I think Tyson was just ridiculously strong. I think Tyson was just ridiculously strong that he used to punch people in their gut.
Like one of the famous quotes of Tyson is, "I punch with killing intent."
Yeah.
Like he went in there to literally knock your head off your shoulder.
But I've seen Tyson knock out people like punching them in their ribs and stuff.
Well, yeah, no, that counts as a knockout. We'll call it a knockout.
Yeah, knockout.
But like that counts as well because that's raw power that you're using to literally take your opponent out.
But that's what I think. My thing is when Tyson boxed, he boxed. He didn't really like go for like just for like that one wild swing knockout. I never seen him do anything like that.
Oh, he's done that numerous times.
I seen him do combinations and he goes body then uppercut.
No, he definitely did. But when you saw him go up against tactical, powerful boxers like Evander Holyfield, like he went up against a guy who was strong, could take one of his punches, but on top of that had the sound knowledge of boxing to be like, okay, I'm going to use the footwork. I'm going to break him down. I'm not going to go into a brawler like fight with this guy. Like I know I'll lose that. He will catch me, but if I keep a distance, if I make him come after me and I just catch him with a jab, switch on him, hit him with a body shot, force him to square up again, catch him with a jab again, which we saw him do in that fight, it broke down to the point where he bit his ear off.
Well, yeah, Tyson.
Because he met a guy who could take his punch, but also knew the science of boxing to use your aggression against you.
And Tyson was older back then too, so I wouldn't. So it's like
no, he was not holding.
He wasn't older. What are you talking about?
Against Holyfield, he was not holding fight. He was not
first one. The first time around,
no, he didn't hold back.
Tyson was older though. Tyson wasn't as powerful as he was.
No, he was old, but he was still like considered.
He was still considered the best,
pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world.
He still lost against what's his face, the dude he lost the championship belt.
His first loss,
Buster Douglas.
Yeah,
he still lost against Buster.
There you go. Buster Douglas was another guy who.
I think Buster Douglas got lucky.
No, he didn't.
He just outsmarted him. He
did not. He did the same thing that Holyfield did, which was use his aggression against him. If you know you can get hit by him and survive it, because a lot of times people got hit by Tyson and they were like, that was a powerful hit, and now they're just running. But if you could take that body shot, or he catches you with the uppercut and you're still in it, and you're like, okay, that's how it feels. I don't want to feel it again, but at least I know I can take it.
Yep.
Now you can work the footwork, you can control the distances, and in both of those fights, every fight that, especially when it was like prime Iron Mike, that he lost, he lost because he was set up against with jabs, and then they would come across on him, catch him with a hook or an uppercut when he was completely open trying to come in, because Tyson just wanted to be in your face, give you hooks, give you uppercuts. He was never about jabs, and that's how he'd always get caught.
I always think that the heavyweight division is it's a very enigma thing. Anyone could win, anyone could lose. It's very hard to win in heavyweight, and it's very easy to lose because everyone in heavyweight has power. It could be from Tyson, it could be from Lennox Lewis, it could be to it could be to Klitschko. Everyone in heavyweight can knock you out. And the thing is,
look at the best fighters in heavyweight right now. Your Wilders, your Furies, your Joshuas. You know,
that whole thing.
You look at these guys. Two out of the three that I mentioned are very more like of the scientific side of boxing, whereas Wilder is more of your brawler style. And you saw what happened. Like, even though he got the knockdown, like the 2 knockdowns on Tyson Fury, Wilder did. You saw what a guy who, I could take your hit. I'm gonna be patient.
Well, I don't know if
I'm gonna wait for the. No, he could take it because
he got knocked down a couple times.
He got knocked down in the 9th, but it wasn't a knockout. It was knocked down, and then in the 12th, where we thought he was not getting back up, and he did. Or was it the 11th? Sorry, got knocked down. Like, we thought he was completely out. Then he just got up like the Undertaker.
Well, yeah, it happened, but that's just showing the difference of the heavyweight division and the lightweight and middleweight and division. Like Adrien Broner, like when these people get knocked down, they can be out for good. Heavyweights, they wait till like the 8th count to get back up because
well, most fighters, if they're conscious enough and they're not feeling dizzy, they'll take a knee. They'll wait till 8. They'll stand up. Like, you see it majority of fights. If someone, even if it's a body shot that takes them down, like, stay down. Catch your breath, wait for the 8, because if you're lower to the ground, if you're on a knee, it's easier for you to collect yourself than if you're standing up. Yeah. Especially if you force yourself up while you're still a bit dazed, then you're just going to throw off your equilibrium and then you're down for the count.
All I just want to say is, for the last thing, for Adrien Broner, dude, I saw you talking like today Holyfield. Not back then Holyfield, but today Holyfield, where I couldn't understand. When you brought up that cheeseburger thing, I was like, okay, you need to stop. You need to retire right now. This dude was just.
I don't even think it's retire. I just think it's him genuinely believing that he did enough to win.
That's
when
CTE,
he didn't.
Man. That's CTE. It catches everyone.
Look, he'll watch the tape.
Yo, what's up with you in this? The CTE shit is.
He'll
serious.
go back and watch the tape, and he'll see that he didn't throw enough punches. He ate a lot of punches, and the only thing he did well was make it all 12 rounds.
CT thing,
and he'll get that reality check when he watches the tape.
And even worse on his corner for not saying, dude, you lost the fight. Simple as that.
Oh, like when he was like, yeah, I won that round, right? And they're like, let's just look at the next one. Let's get the next one. It's like,
no, lost
tell him straight up, you are behind. You need to start throwing punches. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you sugarcoating this shit for? He's in the fight right now. Like, there's no sugarcoat at this point. Fuck.
Adrien Broner.
What's she saying?
What?
Huh? Oh, your phone's been flashing a lot, buddy.
No, man.
You get mad at me when I mention them. You switch over to some football?
Yup. This guy. They're really a reporter, bro.
So, which championship game should we start with, AFC or NFC?
Well, I passed. Well,
what do you want to start with, man?
They're both controversial.
So we'll start with the least controversial.
Yeah.
Patriots versus Chiefs. I will say I was very happy to see the Patriots win. Get the Chiefs the fuck out of here. Bye-bye, Chiefs.
Really?
Yes. As a Broncos fan, I was very happy to see our division rivals lose to the great Tom Brady. I was grateful to him for doing that for me.
Whatever, bro. Fuck Tom Brady.
You can hate all you want, but
no, I mean I give him his respect until he went against the Giants. I'm not gonna respect him all the way.
Giants should try to make it there again.
Hey,
how about that?
It's the only can hate on Eli all you want, but it's the only team to beat him twice.
Yep.
I'm not hating.
Jason on my side this time.
I'm not hating. But at the end of the day, man, this is Tom Brady's 9th Super Bowl that he's heading to. Did it in great fashion, win in OT. In a game that I felt...
They should have lost.
Who?
Brady and them?
Why? They completely controlled the first half.
Chiefs had a bad defense.
The second half, the Patriots defense let them down.
Right.
And Tom Brady went drive after drive, putting points on the fucking board.
Chiefs had a bad defense this season, and I guarantee
they've had a bad defense all season.
But I guarantee you, if Mahomes was on the field, if he had gotten the chance, if they had implemented college rules, which you don't have in the NFL, I don't know why. If they had gotten the ball, he would have gone back for a touchdown. And it would have kept going back and forth until someone stopped each other.
I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but that's not what happened. All I saw was Thomas Brady go out there in OT and just drive down the field. Amazing plays to Gronk and Edelman. And you had your good boy over there just running the ball like no other, Sony Michel. It was great to witness. I was so happy.
My only thing with the
Patriots... What do you want to say? Say it, man. There's a mic in front of you.
My only thing with the Patriots
is that... I have
nothing
to say.
My only thing with the Patriots is that I'm and that's just because of the division that they're working, but they never have any real competition within division.
That was a walk.
And that's a problem. Miami gives them
their fault.
Huh? It's not their fault. I'm not saying it's their fault.
I'm not taking nothing away from Brady. Brady's great. I think he's the greatest QB to play in the last decade and a half.
But what
hands down.
But what competition are you giving Brady though? Like it's like he's not getting any pressure in his division. The Dolphins give him Dolphins could beat him up.
Dolphins had a great win against them
here and there
on a last ditch play where
Dolphins
they
usually
did
beat
two laterals.
But
I'm quite sure the Jets gave them some runs, even though they didn't win the games. They weren't blowout games against the Jets.
No, they weren't blowout, but I don't think
blowout games.
I don't think Brady felt any pressure though.
Patriots lost to Detroit this year. Okay, Detroit. Come on.
Depends on the scheme. Like Detroit plays man, and that's how you usually beat the Patriots. Every other team, for some reason, I don't know why you play zone against the Patriots against Tom Brady. He's gonna pick you apart. If you play man on their defense, they're not.
But he still beats you on man, regardless. It's Tom Brady. Like he could pick.
But they don't beat you by 20 points.
It's what Tony Romo was saying in the booth. Brady's gonna go to that line. He sees 1-on-1 for Gronk.
Yeah,
it's going to Gronk.
Yeah, it's going. It's over.
But if it's not there, it's going in the middle to Edelman. And if it's not there, then he's either going to go for a screenplay to Sony Michel, or he's just going to throw it away because the pressure's on.
You see, that's my thing. Like, you don't have a challenge for him. Like, if Tony Romo can see this, all these premier defensive coordinators should be able to see this.
They should see it too.
They should be able to see it. And
how is that a slight against the Patriots?
But you see, this is what I'm saying.
It isn't. I mean, that's where you have to give Tom Brady his credit.
Exactly. You got to give him his credit.
But he's great, like, even that last play of Gronk when on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
That was the one-on-one.
Bro. That was beautiful.
What made that beautiful was the fact that, one, Tony Romo called it, but then just watching the way the play developed, you have Edelman coming in low.
Right.
He literally does a 5 and out to pull that defender down to give Gronkowski the one-on-one. And then boom, Gronk makes the play before the safety could come down and give the help that he needs.
You have to get a very fast and strong defense against Tom Brady, like the Giants. The Giants used to blitz him straight down the middle. The 2 Super Bowl wins, they just blitzed Tom Brady all game, and he couldn't do anything. That was the only thing. And I think the Rams...
No, but even that pass, he was on the pressure.
Speaking of a defense that can do it, you had the Rams take the victory over the Saints, which I'm quite sure Atlanta is very happy about because... I won't lie. I was cheering for the Saints. I wanted to see chaos in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Because, dude, Saints and Falcons, that shit don't mix.
Yeah, it's always been.
That shit don't mix at all.
Oil and water.
So imagine if the New Orleans Saints came down to Atlanta for the Super Bowl. That would have been pure fucking chaos. People were just saying, like, the city will burn. Bomani Jones was like, we cannot let this happen. And I'm quite sure the refs felt the same way.
Not at all.
That was just a bogus call, though. And
it was a non-call, the pass interference.
It was a non-call, yeah.
Huh?
It was a non-call.
But it's bogus though. It's like, come on, everyone and their mothers saw. Okay,
Dude, the guy said straight up, yeah, that was pass interference. I ran over there and blew him up because I felt I would rather him not make a play on that ball and chances are he gets a touchdown.
But you're gonna see what's gonna
risk
happen.
it and make them have 4 plays where they got to punch it.
But
in.
you're gonna see what's gonna happen now. The Saints are gonna get all the calls next season. Every single call they're gonna get next season. And the thing is, the ownership for the Saints, the same ownership for the Pelicans and all those New Orleans teams. As soon as he brought the Pelicans in, the basketball team, everything was going New Orleans' way. Everything from Super Bowl to basketball team, everything was going to work because they're the richest. They're one of the richest owners in the league. So I'm like, okay, now
I don't know if they're gonna get all the calls.
I think all calls.
I'm not gonna say that much, but definitely those refs. Quite sure they're done.
I think it was today that what's his face, Roger Goodell spoke to Sean Payton in person.
Yeah.
In regards.
No,
to
I'm
what
quite
happened.
sure all those,
like,
especially the line ref who was literally right there. Like, there's a picture of that ref looking at everything, the whistle in his mouth, and he doesn't blow it.
That's why you should fire people.
No, he's done.
I'm for sure he's done.
Like, he's done.
There's
the whole
because there's absolutely no way you can be that close to that place. See what happened. Ball is in the air.
Yeah.
The safety blows up this wide receiver, and there's absolutely no flag.
The whole coaching refereeing team should just get get the fuck out.
Not the whole team.
Not the whole. I say the line ref who
yeah.
was there and the one who was in the end zone because he was looking at the play as well.
And the head ref.
Not really. Like
no, the one in the end zone, he was looking at the play. There was video of him watching the play.
He had a clear view.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Regardless of the cases, there's too many referees on the field to miss that.
Yeah,
there's too many of them on the field to miss that.
It was such a blatant blow up. Like, come on.
Like, the refs on the opposite side.
This doesn't excuse the fact that Sean Payton had some choice play calls that literally let the Rams remain in the game.
True.
And Drew Brees missing a couple clear passes and his interception that kept the Rams in the game and pushed them forward as well. But a play like that literally changes the dynamic of what a team is doing.
But I think the momentum switch, you know what I mean?
The momentum had switched from the second quarter.
Yeah.
When the Rams were able to put 10 on the board going into halftime, making it 13-10. Like that's when the momentum switched.
And I also think Breeze got frustrated. Because he was, I don't think
because they were starting to get to him.
Not only that, I don't think the plays that they were calling was what he felt.
I don't think so either.
But he should have
went to the line. Trick plays with Hill
stuff though. He has option to check out.
Like they did some trick plays with Hill. They were taking Breeze out. Like at a certain point, you got to trust your starting quarterback to literally just lead your offense and leave the hot dogging to the side. Like screw that shit. And I feel like it's one of those situations where like you look at a great coach and he literally outcoaches himself. Because he's trying to do way too much when he doesn't have to.
The Andy Reid effect. So Andy Reid.
Andy Reid is just a bad clock manager.
Period.
Well,
that's where Andy Reid had most of his
he had like 2 or 3 timeouts, whatever, and he didn't call anything. I'm like, dude, your defense needs a rest. Give them the timeouts.
Sometimes you just gotta give your guys a breather and some water, but he let Tom Brady charge.
But the defensive coordinator needs to get fired like ASAP. And I think he is going to get fired ASAP.
I think he already got fired.
He got fired.
And they were oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. The Chiefs, I think he already got fired.
Yeah, because they were talking about Rex Ryan.
Going to the Chiefs.
I don't know if you want to bring in Rex Ryan to.
I do not want Rex Ryan becoming the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs.
They'd be unstoppable.
Yes,
they'll be unstoppable.
Why would you not? Oh well, I mean,
I do not want that to happen.
Broncos.
You have either.
Yes, I have a bias.
You have either Rex
I have
Ryan.
A genuine Bronco agenda.
You have Rex Ryan. You have Rex Ryan. Wade Phillips is already with the Rams. He's not going nowhere. Or if you had the chance to get Jim Schwartz from the Eagles, that defense would be ridiculous.
Yeah, he ain't leaving the Eagles though.
Huh? I think he might leave the Eagles. He could go for a head job. He could go for another head coaching job. He did good with the Lions. The Lions just.
I don't think he got any calls for him though.
Huh? I think he could get calls.
If anything, maybe next season, but this season, I think he stays.
Hey, if he stays.
They just Eagles got to figure out their Wentz Foles situation going on over there.
Keep Nick Foles.
But
we'll take Wentz.
With that going on, we have the Patriots. And we got the Rams. How do you guys feel?
Picking the
Super
Rams.
Bowl 53.
I've been called the Rams.
Picking the Rams.
Picking the Rams?
Yep.
You know what? I was going to pick them, but I want to go against the grain here. I want Tom Brady to get number 6.
He's not going
6 like Jordan.
Yo, if he gets 6.
I want him to own 2 decades of football. and just go out. Hopefully, I think he should retire. Win or lose, I think he should retire. Because at the end of the day, like,
Yeah,
dude,
nothing to prove.
you're the GOAT. Yeah, nothing to prove. This is your 9th Super Bowl. If he wins, 6 out of 9 is an incredible number.
Very.
Something that we probably won't ever
Never
see
see
again.
again.
Well, what happens if he loses?
If he
Still doesn't
loses,
matter.
5 out of 9.
9. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Like, I look at it
Just
like,
him going there 9 times
look,
is just amazing.
personally, if he wants to stick around, I'm okay with that too. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not one of those people who's like a Patriot hater. I like greatness. I love the sport of football, and what they are doing in that organization is greatness. And I love to witness it. Like, we are literally witnessing history. If he wins and decides to come back, fuck it. Go
42
for it.
though? He's 41 now, no?
Well, a lot of times he's been talking about this. He's been mentioning 45 a lot. He'll like sneak it into interviews,
He won't make it to
conversations. I
45.
highly doubt.
He will never make it close.
But at the same time, I highly doubted he would make it to 3
But
Super Bowls in
you
a
know
row.
what? I don't see it being impossible, actually.
I don't, because the thing is,
He's not a big
don't get
mover. Yeah, he's not a big mover.
he's not a big mover.
He
but
settles in the pocket very
what,
well
what you have to
It-
understand is that
he's one of the least touched quarterbacks
in the whole league.
in the
bro.
pocket.
yeah, but you have to understand is a lot of defenses are getting younger and he's getting older.
No,
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
but if you get the ball out in less than 2 seconds, they
Yeah.
can't
yeah,
touch
but
you.
now you're just hoping on your offensive line to block you. There's, like I said,
Let's
we'll
keep in
see
mind,
against, We'll
too,
see against the Rams because Aaron
this
Donald can get at him
Patriots
quick.
team that is in the Super Bowl right now, when the season started, they were talking about this as a rebuild year.
Yeah.
There was rumors that Belichick wanted to get rid of Tom Brady and make Garoppolo the starter, which is why Kraft went behind his back and traded him away. And like there was just turmoil to start the season. And now they're in the Super Bowl.
We'll see what happens.
I look at it like if he can keep going, keep fucking going.
I wouldn't know.
Don't Brett Favre yourself
I would
to the point where it's like, I mean, yeah, Brett Favre's last season with Minnesota, they went pretty far, almost made it to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but
It
at the same
ended-
time, it was the fact that retire, come back, retire, come back, retire, come back, and there's no certainty on like what you're doing.
Brett Favre and his last pass ended with his first pass. I'm happy. I don't like
Full
Brett
circle.
Favre.
I have no problem with Brett Favre.
I
Brett Favre's a great player.
I
Bro.
got no problem with Brett
Hate
Favre.
Brett Favre. Oh my God, I hate him.
Why?
Terrible. Huh?
Why?
Why?
He holds teams hostage. He held Aaron Rodgers hostage for 4 years before Aaron Rodgers could start.
Look, there's something to say
years.
about developing a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because when Aaron Rodgers started, look how good he was.
They didn't develop him though. Aaron Rodgers was on record saying, "Yeah,
No, Brett Favre didn't help him.
No, he didn't help him, but being
the
there,
quarterback coach works with all their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So that means we don't know how. If anything, the Packers could have won like maybe a Super Bowl before Aaron Rodgers came in. They could have probably won 2 Super Bowls before thing, but they were always waiting on Brett Favre to see whether he was coming back or not.
Look, Aaron Rodgers got a Super Bowl in what, his second season
Yeah.
starting? So they got what they needed out of him. Now, thank God they got rid of McCarthy, because McCarthy was literally the guy who was holding that team back because he doesn't know how to run an offense. He literally was just like, this is the play, but if it breaks down, we got Aaron Rodgers.
I think McCarthy is just dated. He's like Jason Garrett from the Dallas Cowboys. Same plays, predictable. You know what's coming. You see what's coming. I think that's what it is.
That's another bag of bags over there. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Them boys.
whole other thing I don't want to get into.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Cowboys, fucking garbage.
Yeah. Fuck all of them.
Don't you guys have to get a new coach too?
We need a lot of new things over in the Giants camp. I would.
Start with a quarterback.
Yeah, we need a quarterback. I don't know, man.
I'm just happy my Broncos cleaned house. That
If,
made me feel very good. In the
if our
offseason.
O-line gets better, we don't really need a quarterback. Eli just needs some more seconds.
All right. Let's jump off sports. Where do you want to switch into next? I know you had a nice little article that you sent to me before. If you want to jump into that story, set it up.
Which one? I sent you 2 of them.
I'm asking you to set it up. Do you want me to do everything for you?
Absolutely. Go ahead, man.
Jay-Z
your
and Meek
thing.
Mill, go for it, bro.
Oh, that one?
Taking a little initiative.
Nah, you could go ahead. I sent that. That's why I sent it to you. Go ahead.
Who do I work with over here?
right, let's just-
Laziness.
Let's just talk about.
You like the sound of your own voice, bro. Just go ahead.
Laziness.
Let's just talk about Meek Mill and Jay-Z nonsense. And there we go.
Right. So for the people at home who may not know, Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Robert Kraft,
Yep.
and I can't remember the owner's name for the Eagles. They're coming together in a partnership to dedicate $50 million towards freeing prisoners who've been incarcerated for nonviolent offenses or wrongfully accused but don't have the bail money to get themselves out.
Yep.
Essentially basically keeping true to their promise of helping in prison reform and helping to change the system that's been enacted, but first getting people out that shouldn't be in.
It's essentially petty crimes like weed and all that kind of
things
shit
of that
and stuff
nature, like
that.
nonviolent drug offenses, things of that nature, you know? Where like you get like a 20 to 25 year sentence just because it's like a second, third strike of you having like a dime bag on you.
Well, that's different. The 3-strike system and the petty crime thing, that's completely different. So
No, but there's people who are in jail literally, and their bill's
for yes.
500
500
bucks.
grand
yes.
for like
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
for petty crime.
yeah,
but
you
like,
got some who are like $500, but like they can't afford it because don't have family,
Yeah.
didn't have like the money to go in and do it. But then you have others who are like 10,000, 50,000
Yeah.
for like the same petty drug crimes and things of that nature. You know, it's like it's ridiculous, and they're in there for like 10 to 15,
Yep.
25. Like
They're being held until they can come up with that type of money, or
yeah,
you know, they can't get proper lawyers and no legal team.
well, you know, when you have prison system that's corporate control, they can do that stuff. It's not like it's, you know, it's not like a state controlled prison where you can get.
Yeah, it's all
someone from the state.
privatized.
Well, it's also access to resources, right? Even though because I mean, you do see wealthy people who have access to resources get off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
don't even see a day. They get like probation for doing heinous crimes against multiple human beings.
or you trying to throw shade at R. Kelly, bro?
That's literally not where I was going with it. I was thinking more of like the white collar crimes, but I mean, if that's on your heart,
no. What's on my heart, bro? I just asked you a question.
Is it on your heart? You want to talk about it?
Talk about what?
I mean, you
R.
mentioned
Kelly?
it.
Robert Kelly.
Actually, I don't want to talk about him again until he's in jail.
Oh.
I want to have a happy 2019 where I don't think about pedophiles.
Allegedly.
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Allegedly.
He taped it.
He's not in jail. Hey,
He
listen.
forged
If
a
the-
marriage license to be
if-
married to a 15-year-old.
If a court can't prove with video evidence that it's R. Kelly and he's not in jail,
I mean,
it's allegedly. I'm saying allegedly.
I mean, when
right
the
now.
victim testified that it wasn't her, I mean, that alone
Allegedly.
should be thrown out. I'm just saying.
really.
Bro, you keep the same energy, bro, because you didn't have that energy with Bill Cosby.
Oh, I've had,
You were saying something.
I didn't have this energy with
you were
Bill
saying-
Cosby?
No, you weren't. You were saying the complete opposite.
what did I say about Bill Cosby?
Opposite of what you just said.
Since we're gonna jump into the what did I say?
Why are we even bringing this
No,
up?
you brought it up. What
no,
did I say?
you brought it up. I just asked you if you're talking about
Please,
R. Kelly.
Jamali, please. What did I say? Get to it, so we can move on.
I'm not getting into this because
Oh, you just want to move on?
yeah, we can move on.
Next time, have some receipts.
What the fuck? Anyways, go ahead, bro. Yo, you're all in your bag. You're on your period. Your estrogen level is high this month. Like I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, bro. Chill the
Are you
fuck out.
disrespecting women right now? What's going on?
Right, I'm disrespecting women. I clearly said you. My commenter pointed at
Yeah,
you.
you say me, but then you bring up feminine things like
Men
period.
have estrogen too. What the fuck? Women have
Saying,
testosterone.
oh,
What
my
the fuck you talking
estrogen
about?
levels are off and I'm on my period?
Bro,
Is that the hill you want to die on
you're
right
gonna use
now?
that type of rhetoric for real,
Hey,
bro?
that's what you said.
No, I never directed my comments to the female gender.
Jamali,
Fuck out of here, bro.
you're sounding very chauvinistic right now.
Right. And I'm a R. Kelly supporter. I'm a Trump supporter. Go ahead. Say what you got to say, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying it right now. You are. So if that's how you feel.
right.
I support R. Kelly's music.
I do.
Trump is shit. Bill Cosby is a piece of shit. Needs to go to jail.
He's in jail.
Fucking Huxtable.
He is in jail.
He's in jail.
Yeah.
Needs to stay in there.
I do
I
not
mean,
support R. Kelly's music because I will not let a single dime.
So you should
go
stop
his way
watching all the
from
movies
me.
that the Weinstein family produce and shit.
I have not watched a Weinstein movie since.
but I'm
that
just
shit
saying,
happened.
like you keep the same energy across the board,
I am
bro.
keeping the same energy because I have not watched a Weinstein movie, and I was a huge Tarantino fan, and I have not watched a single one.
Right.
But if I chose to,
And you should
I
talk
do
about, you know,
have the
you realize
Blu-rays
his
at
brother
home.
got freed, right? All those charges are dropped.
as I was saying, if I chose to,
Right.
since I already bought the Blu-ray, it wouldn't be actually contributing to him getting more money.
Or whatever, bro.
Sell to Goodwill.
Yeah, I know. Throw it away. Burn it.
It would have cost me like $60.
So you're supporting his habit.
And there you go.
It was too late. This
Bro.
was before all the allegations.
Bro, it doesn't matter. That's like saying I pay for cable. I'm gonna watch the fucking.
He already got paid for the Blu-ray. What am I gonna do?
Okay, so you want to tell me right
I'm
now,
gonna ask him for my $60 back.
bro? Burn it.
I mean, I could.
You don't
but
have to
I
ask for your
doubt
money
he's
back.
gonna
I
answer
just
it.
say
Just
give it to
burn
Goodwill.
it.
Or give it to Goodwill.
Just burn
Dude,
it.
I'm not these people with like, I'm gonna burn Nike socks. Fuck out of here.
Right, but you are because you're
It's a waste of money.
right. Because you're not gonna listen to R. Kelly's music, right?
I don't.
Why? But
Because
you're gonna
I
watch
don't
that
support R.
movie,
Kelly.
right?
I have not.
But you will watch it because you're keeping on to it.
No, I'm not.
I have to watch that movie because fans, people who listen to honest. People say they want to hear our reaction of it because I want to see. I know all this stuff from R. Kelly from the 90s. We all know it.
You
But-
should watch Surviving R. Kelly.
But I want to see. I want to see like, okay, what more do I need to know that he's a piece of shit? I already knew this from time. It's like regular people didn't know like he used to fuck with little kids and shit allegedly.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not supporting R. Kelly. I'm able to separate the artist from what he did.
That's the thing.
That's just me.
I mean, we were talking
is a
about
piece of
prison
shit,
reform,
bro.
but whatever.
What?
So we were talking about prison reform. but
And we have a
whatever.
correlation because R. Kelly might go to prison, Huxtable's in jail, and there you go.
There's
It's
a few others that need to be there too. But I'm just saying.
No, but okay, prison reform.
Name them, man. Let's put it out there.
No, but back to Meek Mill. Like we should. This was a positive conversation. We could talk.
It was.
Yeah, it was until whatever.
It really was.
Way left because you got emotional. But
Oh, there you go again.
yeah, you got fucking emotional. What do you want me to tell
I
you?
didn't get emotional.
Yeah, you clearly did.
How?
You got in your bag, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about, Pepto.
This guy. Oh Lord. This guy needs to pull his skirt up. Anyways,
There you go again with the feminine rhetoric.
bro, I don't give a fuck. Anyways. Yo. 2019. I'm trying to. This is 2019. I'm trying to change, Lord.
You are not changing at all.
Provoke me to anger.
You are still the same man.
No, but it's really positive for these guys to stick to their word. You know,
Not my.
Robert Kraft. I mean, I didn't think he would have been. You know, I didn't even know him and Meek was that close.
Well, Robert Kraft and Rick Ross have been close for a very long time. Like prior to like Meek going to jail and everything, like those two have been in connection. They've done business together.
Right.
So like, I'm not surprised that with the whole thing that happened to Meek, Ross went to Robert Kraft and then also had Jay-Z in his corner as
But
well.
it seems like Robert
to-
Kraft and Meek Mill has their own personal relationship.
Well, that's the thing, because Robert Kraft was one of the people who helped get Meek Mill out of jail. They came together, and Meek essentially came to him with what he wanted to do as far as prison reform and getting people out and taking steps towards changing the system that's in place right now, where somebody with a dime bag on them can literally get thrown into jail for an
Yep.
undisclosed amount of time until they either have a hearing or get bail.
I think what they're doing is very, not my favorite. Two of them, not my favorite artists, but what they're doing is very commendable.
Did you have to add that?
Yes, I did.
I was just about to say, like,
Yes, it
bro,
is.
Just say what they're doing is commendable. You don't
Yeah.
gotta knock them down to build them up.
It's what they do. I don't
No,
like their
ju-
music. They make music.
Just
for a living.
say you are
What they're
happy
doing-
about what they
What
do.
they're doing is commendable. However, you have to be very careful what you're doing because, let's say whatever person they get reformed to come out of jail, something like that, and they reoffend, the pressure or whatever happens, whatever, it's gonna come on those two specifically. Because yes, Robert Kraft and the other owner for I guess Atlanta 76ers, whatever,
the 76ers.
they don't have that public notoriety like that Meek Mills or Jay-Z has. So any pressure is gonna come on those two more specifically.
naturally.
But I mean,
But I think-
then again, you can't, like, that's like blaming, you know, a parent for their 30-year-old son's
No,
actions.
no,
No,
blaming
what I
for
want to
the-
mention
not
is
blaming.
I'm quite sure Jay-Z from before, he's had an organization that essentially people who come out of jail, it helps them get
Rehabilitated.
rehabilitated.
I mean, he did it
and
with Khalid
get reinstated
Broner.
back into like life because like let's say you've been in jail for 5 to 10 years. You have missed so much as far as technology, the way the cities are running, like just life in itself. That chunk of time, especially like let's just equate it to like how technology has jumped in 10 years.
Well, yeah, I understand
Like that leap alone, let that be like a test of just how you come into like social aspect, because like we talk about the things that are happening as far as like the Me Too movement, Time's Up, just in a social aspect, looking at it, so much has shifted in the last 2 to 3 years.
A
Let
lot,
alone
yeah.
10 years
But-
of somebody's
but-
life where they were in there simply because they couldn't pay bail.
Well, you see, this is what I mean. Why you have to watch out now, because the people who are coming out have a different mentality. They're coming out with the mentality of what they went in with. They're not coming out with the mentality of what they're coming out with.
But
What today is. So this is why I say you have to be very careful in what these people. Yes, I'm very proud that they're doing this stuff. But when you're bringing them out of jail, rehabilitate them fully, because a jail is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a rehabilitation center.
Not anymore.
but they're not.
They're not. They're
all.
not. But they're supposed to be. That's what they're supposed
Only
to
if
be.
you're rich, you get sent to a rehabilitation center.
It's called the crazy
Your boy
house.
Cosby's over
It's
there.
called the crazy house. It's called a crazy. No, but it's supposed. That's what a job. That's what a jail is supposed to do. Get you in jail, rehabilitate you, and bring you back to the into the public. But now you have people like Jay-Z, McMills that are having to do that after they come out of jail, which is sometimes could be a problem because they're coming out with.
But that's why I say like they
went in
like I'm
with.
quite sure like I don't know the name, but I'm quite sure Jay-Z set up an organization.
He
that,
has one. He
Yeah.
had one. I mean, 'cause
like him and Beyonce did it together, if I'm not mistaken,
Right.
so that the people that come out have a place that they can go where they're not just gonna get thrown out there and be like, all right, good luck.
No,
you know?
no, that's fine. It's fine. You have a place. You
Yeah.
can send them out. That's fine. But I'm talking about mentality wise.
Well,
like-
that their center helps with like
That's
there's
what I meant.
therapists and everything there to like
And that's why I don't want the
essentially assess
backlash.
them. You
That's
know,
and that's why I don't want the backlash.
it's not
to-
literally
to hit
like,
them.
oh, when you went away, we didn't have iPhones, and now we're on like iPhone 10.
Because
you know?
if you have someone that went in when New Jack City and South Central was on TV. No, this is serious. There are people who went in jail during that time, and they're probably coming out now. They're gonna come out with that mentality, and we're like,
But I mean, that's a good point. But you also have to look at the people who are being wrongfully convicted.
But
So,
no,
hold on a second.
but what he's explaining
But hold-
is essentially what the centers are for.
No, I get it. But it's just more than, they're not just there to just free people who have,
it's to rehabilitate them. And
no,
everything.
but there's also, it's not going to just be for every and anybody. I'm sure they're going to review their files, what the offense was, even though it was non-crime, like non-violent, they're going to also look at where they're going to be, the environment you're sending back somebody in after you rehabilitate them. Like Jay-Z picked up, I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 years now. They started this program at Rikers because a lot of underage kids in New York get sent to Rikers. And Rikers is actually the only prison in America that actually house minors, right? And so, I don't know how long you've been following it, but he had Khalif Broder, which was a 14-year-old kid from the Bronx who was picked up one morning, accused of robbing. We should cover this story, right?
Mm.
Who was accused of robbing this person. The person said it wasn't him. However, he spent 3 to 4 years in prison on Rikers Island, literally.
Mm.
And, he was released, and Jay-Z really tried to, be there for him and support him. He ended up committing suicide, because of the abuse and trauma that he suffered. So I'm sure they're well versed in what they need to do.
No
And I'm
doubt.
sure they're going to pick candidates that's going to come back and be good in society.
No doubt.
And I don't think they're just going to just pick, any and anybody.
No
for
doubt.
sure.
But what I'm saying is the people who went in a majority of the time for petty crimes and stuff like that, these are people coming from like the 90s and 2000s. So that's where I'm saying like the mentality is different compared to like someone who who grew up during Soulja Boy era and went into jail and they're trying to get them out. What I'm saying is the older people I'm talking about.
But,
Yeah, but you could also-
what we're saying is that, like, we completely get that point of it, but these centers are literally created for that.
But you could
for
also
a
have-
person who's been in jail for 30 plus years,
Right.
for them to come out and understand like what the work we're going to do here is to literally get you re-involved with where
Reintroduction
society
into
is right
society,
now.
yeah.
How society
I guess-
works right now, the things that are different from the time you went in to the point that you came out right now.
I guess my thing is how much can you do in that time?
But it's also too, like you're saying, you're looking
It's
at the
a
people
constant.
who's been in there longer.
Yeah.
You also have to look at the people who just went in. This might be for them,
Yeah.
a badge
no,
of
I'm
honor,
saying the
and
people-
they're going to be more likely actually to reoffend.
I don't think they'll be more likely to reoffend because they
Of
know
course.
what the world is today. They know they know what the world is today, so they know how harsh it could come down on you. I'm talking about the people who have been in there for like maybe 10,
But the
20
thing
years.
is,
But
like,
the same
they don't know
argument,
how
whether
hard
you've
it's
been in
gonna
there
be.
for a year or you've been in there for 30,
yeah,
you're still going to be given that attention and that treatment, and they're not going to just keep you for like 6 months and say, all right, now you're good.
It's not a halfway house.
No, like therapy in itself is a constant. Like even when you feel okay, you should still go to therapy.
Most definitely.
You know, like it's not something that once, okay, we dealt with this one problem, now we can walk away, wash our hands of it and never think about it again.
Right.
You know, like people who do therapy, people who have gone through shit and go into it, it's because they want to deal with that immediate issue, but then on top of that, know that they have somebody who, as they're navigating life, they have somebody who can make sense of the way they feel in these situations, make sense of maybe the mentality of other people that they didn't understand why they reacted in certain ways. So in a rehabilitation center of this type, you're going to get somebody who will literally be with you every step of the way, whether it's for 5 years after you've come out and you're reassessed into society and you have a job, you have a place to live, and you're coping on your own and you feel at that point you're good.
No.
Or if it's something that you literally keep with you for a decade plus.
Like I'm just saying, how much can you do? That's the thing. Like,
but you can do a lot.
You can do a lot.
50 million is a lot. I'm not saying you can't do anything.
Do a lot.
I'm not saying you can't
that's
do
the
anything.
initial pledge. I'm sure there's going to be other people.
And understand that the 50 million is literally to get people out.
Because you know, like, yes, you have billionaires that are helping you in this endeavor with Meek Mills and Jay-Z. I get it, and Robert Kraft, but you also have to think about the prison industrial complex. Their job is to keep in people. Your job is to get out people.
They can't keep people in who pay their bail.
Depends on the state.
Well, no, but like if
any state, you can't keep somebody
if you haven't
there.
done a violent crime and the only thing that's keeping you in prison is the fact of either a hearing or bail, either you're going to get that hearing.
Yeah, but
and then from there, it's decided whether you're going to be charged or not, or you pay the bail and you're out.
Yeah, but again, like I said, it depends on the state, because then after you have the prison lawyers are going to say, okay, you're right, he can do this, but he has to do this. It's all.
No, there's nothing they can say if the
depends on the
only thing
state.
keeping you in a jail is bail.
It's on the state.
No, once you pay bail, you're out. If you have a bail on you and that's the only thing that's keeping you in, once you pay bail, you can leave.
Well, if you're flight risk, they're not going to give you a bail.
Regardless of the state, once you pay bail, you can leave. That's what bail is.
Well, no, if you pay your bond, you're not going to jail.
Bail, bond, same thing.
Yeah.
If you pay if you can't pay like 400, 500. Usually, what happens is they bond that to your house or something.
But there's people who literally
to your house.
No, but there's some people who literally
sit there until their hearing. Their hearing could be in 2 years.
It's possible.
I mean, that's what happened to Khalif. Khalif parents couldn't
but
afford.
they kept pushing his hearing back.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it, the 2,000 or whatever, how much money it was, and they kept pushing it back till like eventually there was no point. Like
he should have had a hearing within a year's time.
Even sooner, he was a minor.
Even sooner. But he was a minor. They charged him as an adult.
Right.
So
for a non-violent,
non-violent crime, and every time his hearing was supposed to come up, they kept pushing it back, and his parents couldn't pay the $2,000 bail. If they were able to afford that bail, he would have been out of jail and just waiting for a hearing.
Yeah, he'd be waiting and then turn up when he has.
What happens if he had gone into jail with the hearing, though? That's the thing. Because the hearing, yes, you can pay bail to get out of jail. You still have the hearing to do it. And if during the hearing that, okay, you did this, this.
You're gonna go to the hearing. You're gonna get arraigned, and they're gonna assess you. If you're a flight risk, if you're a violent offender, they're most likely gonna deny you bail.
Yeah,
and they're gonna hold you there until.
Essentially, they'll say at that point, if they think you're a flight risk, if they think you're a violent person and you're going to be reckless on society, then they'll put you in jail from your hearing.
Or unless you're like your boy Joel's, they give you an ankle bracelet until you stay at your mama's house.
House arrest.
Joel just caught a case. He's coming home soon. He just caught a case.
Joel
he just caught a case. Leave Joel alone.
This guy got his whole mouth redone, bro.
It was just a case?
Bro, it wasn't just a case, bro. This nigga...
Is that what we're calling it? Just a case?
It's just a case. Joel's coming home soon. Don't worry.
Is he in?
A gun at the airport is not just a case, my friend.
Nah. It wasn't his first time getting caught with one.
I'm not worried with Joel's. He's gonna be fine.
Oh no, you may be a pretty boy. You're gonna be somebody, tell him to comb his chest here.
All right, relax. Relax.
Put Kool-Aid on his lip.
Any chance to do this to hate on Dipset?
No, I love Joel's. What are you talking
about?
Do
we want to jump into the Fire Festival or?
I didn't see the documentary, so I can't really talk about it. I know what it was about. Ja Rule tried to set up some shit show.
No, he promoted. He wasn't the one who was selling it.
All right, he promoted a shit show.
It was dude, Billy. Oh my god!
But I haven't seen too much of it. I kind of get the idea of what's going on with it.
Oh, I'm blanking on his last name now.
Like he had like little makeshift tents, like
basically the dude who ran the whole thing was a con artist, like a con artist on like the top degree, to the point where it's like everything he ever set up, he screwed people on, but people still kept giving him money.
He tried to made off the whole situation.
Literally, literally. And if I'm not mistaken, he is in jail right now.
Wow.
Because there's 2 documentaries. There was one that was on Hulu, which I didn't see any of, and there was one on Netflix where I saw like.
What is it called?
Oh shit!
It's Fire Festival something.
Yeah, Fire
if you look
Festival.
for Fire Festival.
If you just type in fire with a Y, it pops up.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Because I'm terrible with titles. I don't read that shit. I just
if you look for FYRE, you're gonna find Fire Festival.
But like,
that.
the Hulu one, I know was made by like a promotional team that was a part of it, but they mostly went with like the workers and all those people, and they basically talked to those guys about like what had went down and like what were the things they went through. And then the Netflix one was more like it talked with a lot of the people from the island as well as the workers, but the guy who ran it, he wasn't a part of it at all. But the Hulu one, he was a part of. But we don't get Hulu here, so we gotta illegally download it if you want to watch that version.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what you're promoting, bro.
I'm not promoting anything at all. I'm just saying there's ways to get the Hulu one in Canada. I'm not gonna say how.
Luhu? I don't know what you're talking about. What is this?
Huh?
What is this?
You want to drop
service?
your Instagram handle so they can contact you for
I'm not
direction?
gonna say how. If they want to talk to me about mental health, at LeftyLucky_ on Instagram, they can contact me about mental health, and I'll show them videos they can watch about mental health, especially mental health at festivals. If you'd like.
Good for you.
That's it. But yeah, no, it was McFarlane. William McFarlane. That was his name. I knew it would come to me.
You said Billy before.
Well, Billy's the nickname.
Yeah.
So yeah, he essentially screwed over a bunch of people trying to throw this elaborate festival in the Bahamas in 6 months. But like, if he was just trying to do like kind of like a Woodstock thing,
right,
where we just set up a stage, some speakers, and everybody just comes, camps out. You know, we live free on the island and we just party and
it's like that burning festival they do it down in Nevada.
It would have been great. It would have been perfect. In 6 months' time, you can do that.
Just dig a bunch of latrines, let those hippies.
But he was promising people villas, yachts, luxury catered food.
Yeah, this is not Diddy.
Like,
this is not Diddy party.
The fucking nines. Like he was essentially
how
saying,
much were people paying for this shit?
Dude, some people, like the cheapest I think was $1,000 package. Where
you believe that, right? You could go to DR. You're not gonna get a yacht. You're not gonna get none of them shit for that price. Let me
tell you. You asked the price. Right? Let's talk about the price. The cheap one, where like you don't get the villas and yachts, where essentially like you get your ticket and your flight to go to the festival. I think was like $1,000. But then there were some packages that were like $200,000, where you're getting the villa, you're getting the yacht, the catered food, you know, alcohol for the whole time of the festival, partying with other like Instagram people and celebrities. And the thing was like the influencers.
Who got caught up with this though?
All the idiots.
Of course, that's what my point is.
All the influencers
right, all them
on Instagram were promoting it, you know, pushing the app and everything, like had no clue what exactly they were promoting to people.
Bots.
And then a bunch of these rich dickheads went down there thinking that they were going to go to like this festival that was built up in 6 months, but ended up living in fucking chaos, not having water.
They were living like refugees.
Well deserved.
Dude, there was a guy who was literally prepared to suck dick to get $175,000 worth of water to the people at the festival. This is in the documentary.
Wow.
And he says it flat out. He was like, because he's gay, and he's like,
Okay, that makes
like
sense.
I'm
bro.
the gay guy. Like they came to me.
No,
And
no,
it
I'm
was like-
just saying.
No,
I'm
but
just
he
saying,
said
bro.
He said he was like prepared to suck dick to get water for everybody at the festival.
Bro, that
But
makes sense.
to me,
How does that
it's
make
like-
sense?
That makes sense. That, like, I'm not
No,
saying.
it don't make fucking sense. Yo, I don't give a fuck if you're gay, female, whatever. There is no way you're gonna walk up to me and be like, "Yo, we need you to take one for the team.
Yo, that shit.
Suck this guy's dick so we can get
You ever
water."
seen Basketball Diaries?
Bro.
You ever seen Basketball Diaries? With
Dude,
Leonardo
I'm telling you right
DiCaprio?
now, keeping on topic. If I heard anybody say that, then I'd be like, "Yo, we need this water. Yo, we need you to go in the office and do what you got to do. You got to bust it wide open so we can get some water." Dude, I'm telling you right now, everybody,
I would have been more shocked.
it's a drought.
I would have been more
a
shocked if it
drought.
was a straight dude.
It's a
who
fucking
said
drought.
that.
I'm sorry.
Bro,
We all
if,
suffering.
if it was a straight dude saying that, I'd be like, yo, shit was bad.
We all no, but like,
But-
come on, man.
Bro, I'm just saying.
I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if
It's not about a
guy's
woman.
Gay.
It has nothing to do with that. To me, it's like if let's
We
say,
need water. We gonna work it out.
let's say we trapped on an island, right?
We gonna work it
Let's
out.
say me, you, and Jason's trapped on an island, and you gotta blow out like a granny just to get some water. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna have to take one for the team.
Okay, agree.
I'm just saying.
Nah, dog.
It is what it is.
I'm stealing before I
No,
catch that.
Jamali, please take
we'll
one
let
for the
Lanky
team.
take it. You know what I mean? Like,
Why? No, you can.
majority wins, bro.
You're clearly the one who wants to drink water so badly, so I suggest you give Granny a good time.
But I'm just saying that's fucked up. People have been
I'll survive. I'll drinking my own urine. I'm good.
Wow.
I'm a
sad,
survivalist, man.
my dude.
You're gonna be like, yo, I really need some water. I will drink my piss. I don't give a fuck.
I know how to filter water, so I could take seawater fine, easy. Survival.
What are you gonna
skills.
run it through your hair?
Survival skills. I ain't begging for no
This guy
water.
watches too much sci-fi.
Not snow, you know.
Do you know how hard it is to filter seawater?
Yeah, bro. To
Dude.
extract.
We are currently in a water shortage in the world because only 7% of the water on this earth is actually drinkable for humans. And you think
got it all in
with
Canada.
all the seawater we have, if we could just easily filter that shit and give it to people, we wouldn't have done it already?
It's very easy. People just don't want to pay for it. That's all it is. California has always a water shortage. They have the most money, like GDP greater than most countries, but they don't want to pay for it. That's as simple as it
'Cause
is.
it's not cheap to do. And
Huh?
it's not simple to do.
Yeah.
I just told you, California has a GDP that's
How-
bigger than some countries.
How do we do it, Jason?
Huh?
How do we just take all this seawater?
No one
and turn it
wants
into
to
clean,
pay
drinkable
for
water?
it. No one wants
But
to
you
pay
said
for
it's
it.
simple. How do
No
we
one
do
wants
it?
to pay for it.
I'm not asking about paying.
Do I have to tell you technical stuff that you don't understand if I tell you how to do it?
I'm asking you. I want to learn.
No, you won't learn.
Jason,
because
I would like to learn how to turn seawater.
it'll take too long for you
Salt
to
water.
understand. That's why I'm not going to tell you right now.
Jason,
I'm not going to tell you right now because it'll
you
take
said
too
it
long.
was easy.
Easy doesn't mean short. Easy doesn't mean
Jason,
long.
if it's easy, I think I will comprehend.
Really?
You trying to say you dumb, bro?
Please explain it.
Could you fly a plane?
I am dumb on this current
Could you fly a
subject.
plane?
I would like to know.
Could you fly a plane?
Jason, I cannot fly a plane.
To me, it's easy, but it's a long explanation to tell you how to do it.
What does this have to do with turning seawater into clean drinking
I'm
water?
making a point that just because it's easy
Jason,
doesn't mean it's long.
Jason, I'm asking you a very simple question here that deserves an answer.
Oh,
How do we turn seawater, salt water,
Okay, are you stupid?
into clean drinking
I'm gonna ask
water?
you a simple question. Are you stupid or are you dumb?
I guess you would extract.
Like
Am I
how,
speaking a crazy language? Like,
Just
I
because-
think my question is very simple.
just because something is easy to do does not mean it's very easy to explain.
Well, it's quite easy actually. You extract the salt
So
from the
then
water. Make
you
it
don't know
drinkable.
how to explain it for the people.
Can't explain it for short for the regular people. No, can't do it.
Regular people.
Who are regular people?
The people who don't understand it.
Matthew, you're an
There you
example.
go.
I mean, I
You.
admit I don't know how to turn salt water from the sea into clean drinkable water, but Jason said it was
You
easy.
can. You would just boil it. You'll filter. You take the steam. People do it in my country, and I'm sure they do it in
I
Barbados.
just want Jason to explain.
Okay, you
how
want me to
to do
explain it to you?
Explain it to him, Joel.
Please,
You boil the
explain it.
water.
So you boil
Explain
it.
how Eska makes their water.
Bro, I don't
He
work
doesn't
for
work at
fucking
Eska.
It's the same way though.
No, it's not.
Bro, I
It's
can't speak
literally
for
the same way
Eska.
that he's talking
Anyways, you asked a question.
that I don't understand.
So they would obviously have to boil the water, bring it to a boil. They would then filter out the steam because the salt would stay in the bottom. and then it will make it drinkable. The steam itself, just like how
Thank
they
you,
do.
Jamal.
And you pass it through either a mesh or anything.
Thank you,
filter, any
Jamal.
But
additional
you know, like
salt.
how you have filtered bottled water that you put.
Yes.
It's the same way. You demineralize
Jamali?
the whole thing.
I appreciate you.
This guy.
That was so simple
Now explain it back again.
that you boil the water.
He
and then
knew.
you
He
steam
was
it.
just
I know the whole
provoking
fucking
you.
time. I just wanted you to tell the people
Explain it now. I'm listening.
that you
Oh,
boil
God.
the water and then you take the evaporated water that goes up into the steam and then you take that and you separate it from the salt water the salt that stays at the bottom.
What else do you have to do?
After that,
Nothing
you
else.
literally clean it.
It's already
How?
clean.
Bottle
It's
it.
steam, bro.
Technically it is, but because there's chances are that there's some salt that can end up into the evaporation
Which is
as well,
necessary.
you
We
clean
need-
it again.
That's what. No, but we need that because people who drink all these bottled water,
Jason could have explained
they
that
have
so simply.
there was no sodium content, which my mother drinks. You have to put more. You need more mineral salt in it because
Yeah.
your body needs it.
Because you can't have pure.
I mean,
That's
Yeah.
that's
But that's my point. So you need that some salt particles remaining in it.
that's why I appreciate you, Jamali.
You know what I mean? Actually, there's also salting like Gatorade, it's electrolyte. It helps,
Yeah.
nurturing.
Jamali,
Get the fuck out of here.
my man,
You guys are extra today. Lord, give me.
my
Yo,
man,
are we at an hour
Jamali.
yet? We can wrap this up
Are
right
we?
now.
I think we might be.
No, we got to shout out those kids from London first. Well,
It's a happy story to end it off.
yeah.
So simple.
Why'd you like to antagonize people, bro?
I just wanted him to explain it.
I explained, but you haven't repeated it.
No, Jamali explained it. Thank you very much, Jamali.
But you haven't repeated it.
I appreciate you. You are cherished. All right.
Yeah, we should change your fucking podcast to the Golden Girls, bro.
Hey, I love the Golden Girls, okay? You watch your fucking mouth.
Motherfucker.
You watch your goddamn mouth.
Sensitive.
Speaking on the Golden Girls, okay?
Okay, Betty.
I
White.
will not accept.
Betty Black, let's go.
Hey, that's a compliment. Thank you. So 3 young men from Hertfordshire, UK, saved the life of a man who was trying to commit suicide by jumping off a bridge with a rope around his neck.
Yep. I think those kids are dope.
They were 2 of them were 13, one of them was 14,
Yep.
and they literally they're walking. I think they were walking home from school,
Yep.
and they see the man on the bridge.
Yep.
They go up to him, they start talking to him, and when they realize that they're not going to be able to actually talk him down and he begins to jump, they hold on to him, the 3 of them.
And they hold the rope.
Yeah, hold the rope, hold on to him, and literally stay there till some other people came to help him out. But just the patience, the courage, and the foresight to just go after this person and try to make them realize the value in their life. We got to take hats off to them, so I'm going to say their name. Sean Young, 13. Devontae Kafurki, 13. And Sammy Farah, 14.
Pretty dope.
Tip
No.
my hat to you guys. Give you a slow clap. Good job, kids.
Yep.
We need more of that in the world, man.
Oh,
Good.
for sure.
It's beautiful, man.
It is. I mean, it's good that these kids at such a young age know the value of life. You know what I mean?
And not only that, it's like, what are the odds, right?
And to be well composed, like, because
Yeah.
I mean, I remember as a kid, I must have been like maybe 13, sitting on my balcony. I used to live right on the Decarie Expressway, and I literally, my sister, who's 7 years younger than I, were on the balcony. We literally watched a man jump onto the Decarie Freeway.
Oh, shit.
Like, that shit, like, I remember that vividly. So when I saw this story, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I would even be brave enough to walk up to someone. My first instinct would be like, yo, if he pulled me with him, I'm going too.
That's why they tell you
but
to
not
stay away
only
from
that. It's like, you think majority of times in our society, right? Like, when we're outside walking these days, a lot of people are on their phones. They're not really paying attention to their surroundings. So you have these 3 boys that realize something is wrong with this guy.
Right.
And they go up to him and actually, like, take the time to find out,
Right.
you know? Most times you would see that and be like, you don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
But but in they would tell you too the reason why I didn't want you to get involved because either, like Jamal said, something can happen to you as well.
Yeah.
While you're trying to help people, and that's why more of the times you hear more people saving people instead of, oh, what about the people that went to save person but something else happened to them? You don't hear that very often.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does happen a lot, but they either get pulled down, even if you're jumping off some shit, or that's why I always tell you to have like stay away, have a professional come in and stuff like that, because you don't know
Well,
what this person
thankfully, they
is.
didn't stay away, because if they hadn't, that man literally would have jumped, the rope would have snapped his neck, and he wouldn't be here.
Yeah. But it's an act of selflessness, you know what I mean?
It is.
And I think I'm one to say, like I've already told you guys, like I'm not that type of guy. I mean, I help you, I give you good advice. But
No,
you put
you're not the
in danger.
savior. It's okay.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I mean, I'm glad to see that there's other people that are not like me. You feel me? And especially being at a such young age, because to be composed, right? Because you have to think that at this point, this is a dude like at any moment could just jump.
Yeah.
And for them to literally beginning, you know, they had conversation from what I read for a while, and they tried to talk him down.
Yeah, it wasn't like they walked up to him, said a few words, and he tried to jump, and now they're holding him. Like,
right.
I'm quite sure they were there for.
And they must have been able to engage him, because most of the time I'm sure when you're in that state of mind, you're irrational.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, I don't want you to talk. Get away from me. And then the kid's like, well, I tried. He told me to get away. I'm going to keep moving. It seems like they literally, you know, got really involved.
No, they refused to walk away from him. You know, like they took the initiative to be like, no, we're not going to let you do this. Yeah. And even when he tried to do it, they forcibly made sure he didn't do it till somebody was able to come and help them take him off of the edge of the bridge.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, hats off to those kids. You know, you are our shining heroes to begin 2019, and let's just hope we don't have these type of situations happen where we need heroes, but if it does happen, we have these people around to save the day.
Most definitely.
All right. So as we bring this to a close, anything you want to drop off before we close this out?
Nah, man.
You good? You Gucci?
I'm great.
Gang, gang. Jason?
I'm good.
Gucci?
Yeah, man.
Gang, gang. I'm good too. Everybody, I don't know if we're going to record before the day. No, we're not. January 30th, I believe, is Bell Let's Talk Day. I take that very seriously. Every fucking year I do.
Yep.
Bell Let's Talk. You use the hashtag, it donates money, but at the same time it brings more awareness to mental health issues, which I've dealt with in my life. I have family members who dealt with in their life. Highly encourage everybody who's dealing with anything, get the professional help you need. And with that said, thank you for listening to another episode of the podcast. I think at this point you guys know where you can reach us, but if not, Jason's going to put it in the descriptions.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening. Tell your friends, tell your family, and tell your pets. Don't Be Mad podcast. Peace.
Love is love.
Peace.
We out.